Today on Dr. Phil. Women who say they were really wife number 7. What happens when wife number 7 and wife number 6 are doing lots on con artists? Please ask my women exactly that's now he's plotting revenge. Could have cost her everything. Took out an insurance policy and heading on to death. There's an old saying that goes, if he sounds too good to be true, he probably is too good to be true. Today we're talking to women who thought they found the perfect husbands, but what they say they really found were con men who lied to them about everything. These women say they were downright scammed and they never saw it coming. Now, when our first guest said I do, she thought she was marrying a charming and well-educated man. Little did she know she was tying the knot with a man that was already married, and that she was really wife number 7. Take a look. It's an online person I am. He is extremely easy to talk to. He's a single father and very attentive toward his children, inspiring, intelligent, charismatic. We can talk for hours. 6 months after meeting him, I went to his home. I saw pictures inside Ed's house, family-type pictures. And I asked him, who are these people? And he told me that they were his children's mother's family. I received a phone call from him one evening. I had caller ID, and it said Julie Hicks. I said, who's Julie Hicks? Ed told me that Julie was his cousin. I found out later Julie Hicks was really his wife. I left him probably more than anybody I've ever loved. Over the last 3 years, I've probably spent close to $50,000 on things for Ed. I paid for his children's college education. I gave him access to a credit card. He started pressing me to take my retirement money so we could build our house in the Bahamas. I filed income taxes cheaply. I need to get a refund back anyway, and the refund never came. I called the State Department of Taxation, and they said, Mrs. Julie Hicks, your income tax refund has been withheld. He's waiting. My name is Mrs. Julie Hicks. I was quite shocked. I confronted him, telling him about Mrs. Julie Hicks. For the first time in my life, I thought he was going to hit me. At that point, I knew he was the biggest liar I've ever met in my life. I said, I'm so tired of your lying. Get out of my house. I went to the police and I said, I have reason to believe my husband would be a bigamist. I was disgusted when I found out I was the 7th Mrs. Hicks. Who would have known Ed was married to Audrey, Siobhan, Monica, Johnette, Rose, and Julie, all before he married me.
In this show right here, we basically just talk about, like things that go on, what I'm talking about? Things that go on in life, what people go through, those type of things, what I'm talking about? We just talk about like those type of things. So be just a moment, and we're gonna go ahead and get this going.
He told me he was alone. At the time that he was indicted on a very tragic felony, he had at least 6 postal ads online. He advertised for a woman to live with him on property that I helped buy. I started a blog called Fight Bigamy. It is completely consumed. Right now, it's informing people of the biggest serial bigamist that I know of, which is my soon-to-be ex-bigamist husband. I believe that Ed Hicks is an absolute con artist. I want Ed Hicks to sit in a jail cell so he can no longer prey on kind, caring, unsuspecting.
So they're basically going out with men that are like, I don't know, like married already, right? That's crazy. Like married already, right? That's crazy.
Okay, now this had to just be a shock to find out your husband's married.
Oh, definitely. I had no idea.
So you said too good to be true. What was the story? What did he tell you? Who was this guy as he presented to you?
He presented himself to me as an engineer from an illustrious engineering school.
Was he?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
He presented himself as a very high-level government employee.
Was he?
Not high-level.
Okay.
High enough, but not as high as he presented himself as.
But he actually worked for the government.
He does.
There's your government. There's your government. That's your government at work for.
So already he's already starting off with the lies, all right, guys? Like he's already starting off with the lies. He's already like starting off with like okay, like does he totally tells him that he works for the government, right? Obviously like what's he doing, you know? Like what's he doing? What's he like is he he's working for him, but I don't know. Sorry guys, I gotta make sure that this thing is hooked up right. Like it's like you know, like what the hell's going on, you know? And you guys, oh yeah, shout out to Chili God. Chili God, how you doing, buddy? What's he doing, you know? I hope you're having a good day, buddy. What's he doing? What's he like? Chili God, how you doing, buddy? What's he doing? I hope you're having a good day, buddy. What's he doing? What's he like? All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Oh, really? Thank you, bro. Chili dog. Chili dog, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, go ahead.
He told me he'd been married one time before to the mother of the two children that I had met.
Right. Not true.
Not true.
When you found this out, because you've been living with this person, you've been husband and wife, gone to bed at night, got up, read the paper in the morning, went to the store, just going through your life, and the whole time, where was did his other wife think he was?
She really didn't know because he kind of went under the radar. She couldn't afford to find him.
Yeah, but I mean, for a time though, he's going back and forth. I mean,
He was.
I don't know how you go under the radar. Robin's radar goes real high and real low. It'd be kind of hard to go on the radar. So what was the moment in time that you said, "Oh my God, I've been had"?
Probably right before my mother passed away, I found out about the income tax refund. And when I called about that, and then referred to me as Julie. And I said, my name isn't Julie. And he said, well, this is due to your 1999 refund. And I said, I didn't know this man in 1999. So at that point, I absolutely knew that there was another Mrs. Hicks.
Oh, now you've been very critical of yourself. I mean, you've been very frustrated about.
So he's like lying to her already, like. I think my speaker's not working, guys. So no, it's pretty crazy. All right, so let's go ahead and continue.
Yes, and I want to go over the things that you think you missed. You call these the Sandra stupid moments,
Yes.
right? Okay, and I want to go because you want people to know this. You want people to think about this so they don't get the same thing. You said he would go somewhere and call you, and Julie's name, his current other wife, would show up on caller ID.
Right. Right after I met him, he called me from his home, and the name Julie showed up on the caller ID, Julie Hicks. And I asked him, because I knew what his daughter's name was. He said, oh, right after I moved here, I had to go out of town on travel, and I couldn't get my phone put in, so my cousin came over and stayed with the children, and she had the phone put in, and she had the phone put in her name.
And you said, okay. So you got bills and mail with Julie's name on it?
Well, I didn't, but I saw some things.
Right. No, you didn't get it, but you saw he would have an envelope and it would be there. And you saw boxes in the garage with her name on it.
Right.
Okay. You think that he called you terms of endearment like honey and sweetie because he couldn't keep all the names sorted out among
I think so. I think so.
You were just the generic honey.
I was the generic
sweetie pie.
Right.
Okay. Because I've heard of. Yeah. Okay. And he wanted you to take all of your money and buy a boat.
Yes, he wanted me to take all of my retirement out and buy a sailboat.
Wow, so he really would want her to buy a sailboat. So he would literally go and ask her, like, hey, can you buy a sailboat for us? Like, can you take out your retirement and spend it on a sailboat for me? Like, seriously? Like, this dude is literally asking her that? Like, that is insane. Like, that's insane to me. Like, to me, that is really insane right there. Like, for me, like, I'm like, what the heck? Like, so, like, why? Like, how would anybody put it? Like, not just that, like, he's literally asking, can you pay for a boat? Like, come on. Like, can you pay for a boat with my retirement money? Like, hell no. Hell no, I'm not gonna pay for a boat. Shit. Like, you're asking me to take on my... And you know what's the worst part? Is that she says that he would, that he would call her, like, honey or sweetheart. That he would call her these cute names just because he probably didn't remember her name. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he didn't remember her name, so he would end up calling her, like, sweetheart or honey or, these other names that you call people whenever you don't want to remember their names. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's gone through that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, dude. Like, how are you going to be doing that to your wife? Like, how are you going to be doing that to your sweet wife? But she looks like a sweetheart. She looks like a sweetheart. She doesn't look like a bad person. Like, she does not look like a bad person. She looks like she's genuinely a good person trying to find a good man in life, and she literally gets this piece of shit. Like, that's not cool, guys. I don't know. But honestly, I just don't think that's cool. I don't think it's nice that he asked her, like, buy these things for me, especially if she's getting out of her retirement fund. So let's go ahead and keep watching and see, like, let's see what the rest of the tea spills like.
He would show you pictures that were presumably of his family, but they were right.
Well, but the children's mother that I I knew was also white. Those were his in-laws.
Okay, and you inquired about family photos.
Right.
And he said, well, you're just being nosy.
I was just being nosy.
Did you ever see his college diplomas?
No, I asked about it. He's oldest. They're down in one of his boxes. I'll get him out one of these days.
Today we're talking to women who say they were conned by their husbands. Now, we're here with Sandra, who was shocked to discover that she was actually wife number 7, not wife number 2. Now, my next guest, Julie, says she married Sandra's husband first, and that makes her wife number 6.
If you have CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or SSI, you qualify for a free iPhone 11. Counts up to 10 gigabytes of data every month. Millions of people already qualify. Go to airtalkwireless.com to apply today. Your application takes 2 minutes, and shipping is 100% free anywhere in California.
Take a look.
I think that is the biggest liar that ever walked the earth. Father told me he'd only been married one time. I later found out that I am wife number 6. He never proposed, everything bells and whistles. He just asked me if I wanted to get married. Our wedding was just the 2 of us at the courthouse. Dad never told his kids that we had gotten married. He told me that he didn't want them to go to school. We were living on my paycheck.
Okay, so here's another thing, girls. If you girls are going out with your husband, if you girls are with your man, if you girls are, with your partner, would you guys be okay if you guys got married, like, without like a wedding or without any type of things like that? Would you girls be okay with that? And would you girls, think that something's up whenever he starts saying things that, like he doesn't want to get his kids out of school? So he's saying that he doesn't want to get his kids out of school. Like, which is, it's just kind of, for me, I feel like it's kind of retarded. Like, it's kind of stupid. Like, she's saying that he doesn't want the kids to be out of school. Like, what the hell? Like, seriously? Like, so you don't want your kids to see us get married. You don't want your kids to see us, having our wedding and everything. Like, isn't that the most important day for a lot of people? I think that's like the most important day for a lot of people. So I don't know. That's fishy to me. To me, it's already sounding fishy. It's already sounding fishy as hell.
We lived paycheck to paycheck. Bills just kept piling up. Looking back, there was always the need for anything that I wanted to do. Golf club for $105. I wanted to get $543. That made my credit to the point I was forced to file bankruptcy. The value drained down from $350. Now, he was not on any medications that I knew of. I found out that he started seeing another woman, going to dinner, going to the movies. He's spending money on other women while I'm struggling to make ends meet. If I took a lie detector test, he would pass with flying colors because he believes all of his own. In 2000, things started getting rocky. Dad started making trips to Washington, D.C. Later, I found out that he was seeing Sandra up there. On September 11th, 2001, Dad was to be at a meeting at the Pentagon. I was at work, and we got a call telling us that the Pentagon had been hit. I just remember saying, oh my God, my husband's there. I later found out that he was at Sandra's house watching this on her TV. A week after I came home from work, and I went in the bedroom, and there is a letter.
Wow. Wow. So this dirtbag right here, literally told his wife that he was at the Pentagon doing official business, because remember that he was working for the Pentagon. So he says that he was working for the Pentagon. Was at the Pentagon doing official business, because remember that he was working for the Pentagon. So he said that is insane. So he tells his wife that he was doing official business at the Pentagon, but in reality, he wasn't doing official business at the Pentagon. But he tells his wife, and if we look at this, his wife tells us that he was seeing some other woman named Sandra. So what the fuck? Like, so not just is he lying to his wife, telling her that he's got to go to the Pentagon and do official business, but he's also freaking lying to her. Oh my God, that's horrible. So let's go ahead and see.
On the bed, in bed. Jane, this is a very distressful day for me. I'm at work today with no way out. I need evidently more than you were willing or know how to give. I need a man that puts me first in your life. Ed wasn't even man enough to tell me to my face that he thought we needed to split. In April of this year, I received a call from a police officer asking me if I knew Ed and if we were still married. I told him that yes, we were still married. I was shocked because there was an Genesis Hicks. There was a sense of hurt, anger, betrayal. It was very disturbing to know that he actually would marry her when we weren't divorced. I worry that other women will experience the hurt and the devastation. I don't think I can ever trust a man again.
So this totally out of the blue for you.
Correct.
I mean, there was a long time that you didn't suspect anything, and then it started building a little at a time.
Right. I had, in a phone conversation with my stepdaughter, I had heard Sandra's name mentioned. I thought he was probably living with her. I had no idea. However, they were married.
Let me see if I get to, because the dance card's pretty full here. There's like 7 brides. Okay, and I mean, I've heard of 7 brides for 7 brothers. This is 7 brides for 1 brother.
Correct.
And so, okay, we've got Audrey that he married back in '65, but then he had a son with her half sister Sharon, and so he married Sharon.
Right.
Okay, and then Sharon caught him cheating with his 3rd wife, Monica. So he said, okay. So he gets rid of Sharon and marries Monica. And then he invites Monica's friend to live with him. And this leads to Johnette becoming wife number 4, but he forgot to divorce Monica.
Correct.
Okay, so I mean, now, of course, I'm just looking at the calendar, and I guess I need to say allegedly, because I haven't seen the court records on this, but so allegedly he's married to Johnette and Monica at the same time. Then he finally gets rid of Johnette, and then he marries Rose Marie.
Correct.
And he's still married to Rose Marie when he marries you.
Correct.
And then he's still married to you when he marries you.
Correct.
Okay. So part of that now leads me to say, okay, so what's the impact this has had on you? What's the impact this has had on you? And what do you do about it now to get on with your life, right? Because y'all have got to be not happy about this.
Right. 100% committed to this mission. I would like to see a Hicks incarcerated. It is completely consuming me. I spend 9 hours working on my job, and I come home and I spend 4 hours working on this. She's a long baker. She seems to be so obsessed. She doesn't seem to have anything else in her life, frankly. At this point, you're probably not avoiding therapy because of stigma. You're probably avoiding therapy because you've become very good at coping. So good that you stop noticing how heavy.
So today we're talking to 2 women who say they were conned into falling in love with the same man. And now they claim they are both married to him, although neither one of you want to be.
Correct.
Okay. And why is he not in jail?
There's a twist in the bigamy law in Virginia because Ed was married to someone else when he married me. My marriage was considered null and void. So therefore, when he married Sandra, he wasn't really married. And so her bigamy case was null and void. I could never been married to him. We are, however, trying to pursue this for where we resided together.
Okay, so you can do this in another state.
Well, just in a different city in Virginia.
Okay. Now, we actually invited him to be here, and he, of course, but we did find him, and so take a look here.
Anything you want to say to Sandra and Julie?
No?
We're coming on the show. We'd love to have you. What about their allegations that you're bigamous?
That's fine. Okay. He didn't much want to talk.
He will never admit he's wrong.
Yeah, when we mentioned y'all's names, kind of conversation dried up. He didn't much want to say anything. Now, let me tell you what I'm concerned about. You've put on 100 pounds.
Yes.
Because you are angry, you are hurt, you are bitter, and you are medicating yourself with food.
To an extent, yes.
To an extent. I mean, is it or not?
It is. It is true.
You are on a crusade.
Yes.
You have this website, and you're spending 4 or 5 hours a night in there working on this website, posting stuff up, talking to other people who've been in the similar situation and all that, which on balance is certainly an okay and a good thing to do. But do you want him having that control and power in your life?
No.
There's a point at which you've got to say, what's the old saying? The best revenge is living well. The best revenge is to not give him the power to dominate your thinking and feelings, but to get it behind you and move forward. What do you think about what I'm saying?
I think you're absolutely correct. Food is a crutch. It's a habit. I was heavy when we were married, but obviously much heavier now.
Right, you gained a lot of weight since all the stress came on to you. Listen, I'm not being critical about that. I understand it. Right. What I'm wanting to do is, it worries me about you health-wise. It worries me about you self-esteem-wise and body image-wise.
There is no self-esteem. Yeah. It's gone.
Yeah, no. It's buried. It's buried. I mean, you've internalized everything. You've put on this big layer to protect yourself and make you what you think is irrelevant. And you sit home and say, my life is over. I could never trust anybody again. I could never believe in anybody again. I could never bond with anybody again. And so I'll just sit here and eat anything that's dead or seriously slowed down. Right? Okay? And besides, health-wise, you are a beautiful woman. And to sit there and say, I have no self-esteem? And what is it about this guy? I mean, he's got you huddled up over a keyboard.
My thing is, I just don't want him to do this to somebody else. He's an internet predator. He's got ads out there. No one should have to go through this. No one.
Listen, I understand that, but you know what's worse than going through it? Is going through it for your entire life. This can't be a life sentence. You can't do that. I won't let you do that. I won't let either one of you do that. Look, you got to post that website. If you want to post it.
You know what? I want to congratulate Dr. Phil because he's such a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He's such a good guy. He really tries to help out the community, and he really does do it for the people. You know what I'm talking about? Does it for the people. For all the good peoples out there, you know what I mean? It really does try to help out the community. So, I think he's really a good guy. He's not a bad guy at all. He's not a bad guy at all. He's actually a really good guy. He's actually a really, really good guy. I think that he should be treated like a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? He should be treated like a stand-up guy. He should be treated like the mayor of the presidency, you know what I'm talking about? He's a good guy. I mean, Dr. Phil, he's really a good guy. I got nothing bad to say about the dude, He's a good guy. I can't say nothing bad about him. You know, I cannot say nothing bad about the man. He's a good guy. I think we should give him a chance for presidency. I don't know. He's a good guy, you know. What can I say? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Let's go ahead and continue on with the video.
Website up there because you think exposure is going to be revenge for him, then, boy, you just took a giant step forward today because, you know, there's 10 million people watching this deal. And so that you can't get on the internet that much. You can at least take tonight off. Okay? What I want both of you to do is decide, you know what, I'm going to set the goal to get past this. You're not being your own best friend.
Oh, that's true.
He lied to you and ran out on you.
Yes, he did.
And you're lying to you and running out on you now. Your lie is, it's over, I have no self-esteem, I'm an idiot, I just don't deserve to be out there anymore. That's a lie. That is a lie, and you run out on yourself, and that is not okay. And the same thing is true with you. You said, okay, I'll tell you what, you got me, but I'm going to spend the rest of my life kicking your ass. I'm going to be up here, I'm going to be putting this up everywhere, I'm going to haunt you down, I want a picture of you in handcuffs, I want to see you under the jail, buddy. And at that point, you're full of anger and bitterness. And y'all have to stop that. Let me get you some professional help with this. Let me get you some professional counsel on it so you can get closure on it. You can do that minimal effective response that lets you get closure. Here's how bad it is. She's worried about you. Wife number 6 is worried about wife number 6.5 here. And she, because you're saying this is all she's got. I've gotten to know her. She's a nice woman, and I'm worried about her.
I am very worried about her.
Okay, let me get you some help and get you to move beyond this. And then you know what you guys need to do? You need to celebrate coming back out. You need to have a party. You need to declare that this is the rest of your life. And I want to do the same thing with you. I want to get you some help here. You don't like your weight? Let me help you with that. I know some things about that. Yes, I do. I know a lot about that. I will get you some help. I will get you a trainer. I will get you a dietitian. I will get you whatever you need, and we will get you some help where your self-esteem comes back up because you're not checking out. Okay, will you let me help you? Will you let me help you? Today we're talking about women who become prey to a con artist. When my next guest, Connie, met Paul, he claimed he owned a business, had a PhD, and was an Air Force major. What she didn't know was that it was all one big lie.
Listen to this. I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, so the total amount is going to be $34,000.
$34,000.
Alright guys, so we just saw that Dr. Phil was talking